Okay, so yesterday my scenario 1 was for a test lower and continuation high. So this is what we got, but in a funky way, because we opened higher, then we dropped lower, which looked like scenario 2, i.e. test higher, continue lower. But finally, took to the upside. So we tested the low of the session was 33.95. And my scenario 1 was for an open at around 405, which it did, and then test down to 88 or 85, and it didn't really get that low. It only got down to 95, so around 10, 15 points lower than the open. My test down to the 88 area was based on the stalk zone. And an HVN. Okay. On the V pocket 85. V pocket 85. The overnight V pocket. At 85, yeah. The overnight V pocket was at 85 at that point. There. Okay. So, all in all, we did have scenario 1. Test lower, continue higher, and my scenario was for up to 80, 480. Previous day high was at 70, and then the next one 80, which it got absolutely bang onto the tick, was HVN. This one here. Yes. That's where it got up to. So that provided a range of around 85 points. Today, we're opening the high end of the range of the overnight. The range is about 80 points again. So scenario 1 in blue, my scenario 1 today is we had a lot of consolidation, a lot of volume. The century figure 500. Scenario 1 was for a test lower, which it already did. So from this lower point, the test lower at the open to balance the inventory is expected to be to the overnight mid, but more likely just to the overnight VWAP, which currently is at 76 and the mid is at 68. So 77 VWAP. And mid 68. We're just above the day high from yesterday at 80. So we're at 80, we're at 90. So 10 points to 80. I expect we tip a bit lower than that. As I said, 77 to the VWAP. And then extend the range. Test the overnight VPOC at the century figure. 97. Just below the century figure, and take out the overnight high. And then to the upside, my expectation is to test the MCV poke at 15, and then 20 and 25. So I have 20. 25, and above that I have 40. Which is the local high. Swing high, 41. So that's scenario 1. Scenario 2. As we this was scenario 1. Let's swing high, 41. Scenario 2 in green. If we take out the swing high, local swing high, and we are only left with the all-time high at about 70. But before we go to that, we can get to 54. Where is the big sell-off starting? Alright, so scenario 2 is for a test to the upside. Currently be just below the overnight high, and we'll take out the overnight high, turn around, test the VWAP, test the overnight mid, 72. Go below it, test from below, and then the targets to the downside is, so that's the overnight mid at 68. There it is, 68. And then below that, we have the VPOC from yesterday at 60. There it is. And then the mid-century figure at 450. That will give us a range of around 60 points. If we get any lower than that, EMC VPOC at 36. Scenario 2 and scenario 3. Some blockbuster news propels us higher to the all-time high, which is at the all-time high is at 76. So I'll get to all-time high at 76. And then scenario 4 for a quick sell-off down to if we open at the century figure 500, 420, 424, stock zone, previous week high. Scenario 4, and that's that.